And well, we can see it from the stream anyway.
Always allow your voice to be shared, yeah.
Right, alright. Say something.
Say again?
Right. RT3, F1, round 2. France. I'm here with Tay. How are you, Tay?
I'm okay, thank you. Still recovering from that
If the race would go on better, you would say I'm really good, thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I know. I have same thing usually. Race goes bad, I say I'm okay. You know, you know how it went. First time here, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, first time commentating. Very excited.
Awesome. I think we've been party so many hours together. It's gonna be nice.
We jumped in on what was it? F1? No. First time we talked was Tsukuba.
Yeah, yeah, Tsukuba. Yeah, it was the practice I was having with Robot, and you were there, and I needed an extra driver, and wanted to join Spinorama, and no looking back after that day. No looking back after that day. You were the fastest guy since then, so. Interesting race, T3 today. I have no expectations except I know Nathaniel.
07.
He's super quick. Maximus. There is a bunch of guys who can.
Seems to run in the family with the EO7 crew.
Yeah.
You've got
I think it's the year they born, maybe. Could
yeah,
be.
possibly. But yeah, it seems to run in the family. You've got Amir, you know, in D1. He's absolutely killing it up there. Osher in D2 has been, I think it's safe to say, pretty dominant through pre-season and round 1. And you've got Nathaniel in D3, putting in exactly the same good impressions. So it's good to see them racing their family, but maybe we see Osher and Nathaniel move up next few races. They've clearly got the pace.
Yeah. See, it's hard to pull a lap together in quali here. Really easy to invalidate or had a little spina moment.
I don't think the D1 commentator's got it, but because obviously I was trying to do the medium strat in D1, I actually invalidated all my laps and wasn't able to complete one, which was obviously another stressful experience. So yeah, qualifying is going to be very important here as to who can get the proper lap done.
Interesting to see the strategy-wise also, because D3 scene now, D1, D2 racing. There's been a bunch of different strategies, and few of them is not too far apart.
Absolutely.
Medium soft if you can avoid traffic, and
how the strategy relay into D3. Obviously, it's differing skill levels, so
yeah. Your voice got it out? There? Mr. Day? Maybe your headphones died? Rest in peace, these headphones. Location Le Casalet. 15 turns. Something happened now in the party. Thing is flashing, so I can join back. Yeah, his mic is flashing now. Hopefully get him here as soon as possible. Oh, I'm gonna send him a message that his mic is flashy. So interesting to see what kind of weather they will have. I think most of them hoping dry. Having a little bit technical difficulties in a party chat now. Hopefully we get it fixed.
Hear me?
Hey man.
There we go. Small little connection intermission, or?
Yeah, it's NAT. I think it's playing with us. I've seen
Seems
that
to look-
happen a few times now after the system software update.
Fair enough. Is the stream still up?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
Ah, good. Just have a double check, because it might have gone down.
Ash Wilson saying legalize my hero. Oh, thank you.
Okay,
I
so
prefer
it's
to be
full.
villain, but hero goes well. Lex saying hello OFR, enjoy the race. Yeah, seems a little
Have a good race, man.
dark.
Yep, it's fairly overcast skies. I can't see drops of rain though, so the drivers should be safe at least for this part of the qualifying.
Yeah, everyone
stream's
has
still
a
up.
soft fitted, I think, at the moment. If it doesn't get more clear weather, the soft is much more better tire. 12 guys on the grid, so 2 guys will have free choice of a tire.
We've got 2 Ferraris currently out of the garage. It's going to be Kendall and Lex out first. There's also a Renault coming out at some point in there. Sadie's heading out now.
Now,
Yes, so
sorry, I needed to.
it's
It
alright.
sounds always so fun. Maximus saying that it's dry all around, and Ash saying that legal at the original flying fin. Yeah, I have a little bit issues on the takeoffs, but landing is usually okay.
So on the outlap right now, Quality Peanut, Kitten Mittens, Alex MGC, Kendall, Bondavine, Jota Juso. It looks like a few people are opting to stay in the pit for now. Maybe waiting for track temperatures? Maybe
Yeah, that
just
could be.
biding their time.
Well, I think Bondovin is leading the pack. Yeah, no, there is actually Quality Peanut, I would say.
Yeah, by the looks of it, it's Quality Peanut. I've just had a quick flick through, and no one is currently past Quality Peanut. So, let me just get my commentary slippers on.
Oh, damn. Do they bring any extra quality or make the voice
They
sound
bring
deeper?
not killing my tyres in Group 2 cars.
Oh.
Hopefully. Nice and comfy for what should be an entertaining night of racing. So now we've only got 3 cars waiting in the pits. Must have been maybe going for some clear air. Quality Peanut just rounding the final corner now to begin flying lap. Hidden Mittens maybe just doing a quick sighting lap. He's back in straight away. Going to Quality Peanut then, down, diving into turn 1. Both apexes nice and clean. Not riding too much curb as not to validate the lap as soon as you start it.
A little white there, didn't still get an invaded lap, so good for him, but that cost him a lot of time though.
Downshift second, first, straight back up the gears. Quick lift off throttle. Nice and smooth complex in sector 1 so far. DRS comes online, straight on activated. Who else have we got on a lap?
Bondovin behind him, then there is 2 Ferraris, Mercedes, Haas.
Oh, lightning reactions there from Bondavine. DRS didn't even have a chance to blink. Going into the chicane then. Breaking down into 4th gear. Not riding too much of that entry curve. Straight back into 4th. Good way of moving. Kendall wearing that reminiscent Schumacher helmet. The street red Ferrari. Taking just a little bit less curb than Wonder by the looks of things. Staying in 3rd, trying to extend the gears out. Right, back on board with quality peanut. He'll be the first to finish a lap, coming around the final corner, locking a bit on the right. Straight into the car up, DRS straight away on. Comes to the line. The 132.9 to start with. Cam Dole, no rounding. Bondivine, actually, sorry. It's now rounding the final corner. Comes to the line. 2 seconds quicker.
Yeah.
Good time from Bondivine there.
There is a teammate Lex and Yukin Dolt doing a lap.
Dolt just coming around the final corner then. In the middle of the track, pulls to the line. But splits the two current setters. Jota Juso on pole with a 29 dead. What was pole time in D1? That's a quite good time.
27.
That's
something.
Up there, then.
High 27, I would say.
Very impressive from the Mercedes driver. A few people pulling over by the side of Sector 1. Who they letting through? That's Lex. Is Lex going for another lap? He's got. Looks like he's going for one. Netanel is actually coming around the final few corners, obviously part of the EO7 family. It is a family, isn't it?
Yeah, they are related to each other, I think.
Final corner, small lock up on the front right. Billboard flashing, he's going to be carrying a lot less than everyone else. Comes to the line, 129.0, just about edges ahead of his Mercedes teammate. Maximus now on the lap, coming around Sector 1.
Invalid lap.
Is that an invalidation from Maximus?
I don't think anyone is in a hot lap now. I think next one will be Count Shakula who starts his lap.
Most likely. What I'm looking at now actually is Kitten Mittens has actually made the call to jump onto the medium competitive tyre. Kept Jack there ending the final corner. I think most people have now eased off Bondivine. Pits. Where's Peanut? Peanut is just rounding Sector 1. He stayed out for 2 laps, interestingly.
On a soft tyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous, the soft
No ERS on there.
Goes spawner really quickly.
Most cars now pulling into the pits.
Count Shakula taking the first 2 corners. Little deep first one, but able to correct the line on the second.
Through the gears, braking just before that 50-metre board, down to 5th, down to 4th, gradually shifting down constantly all the way down into 2nd. Take as much of that curb as you dare, up to 3rd, up to 4th, there it is.
22.4, fastest sector time so far.
Very neat through Sector 1, I'm not surprised. It was like a stencil through that, was incredible. Running down to Sector 2 line, up to about 206 mile an hour. Down to 4th, down to 3rd. Does he shift back up to 4th? Yes, he does. In the short shift for the traction.
A little bit traffic front of him while he's setting the purple second sector also.
Should
but
be alright, I imagine I'll jump out of the way quickly. Down into Lavoisier. In my opinion, one of the hardest corners on the track. Down to 4th, bring it to the apex, up to 5th. This long left-hander. Not touching that curb on the inside too much, that's good. Lex hopefully should jump out of the way, there we go. That has not disturbed Turkey, I don't think at all.
No.
Down into 3rd, down into 2nd, is he going to get that quick lock up on the right?
A little bit curb there, that doesn't help you. You want to take a late apex there.
Quite an aggressive curb, but he pulls to the line now. What's it going to be? A 129.9 hops off into a
3rd sector cost him 9 tenths.
That's an awesome area for development then. That logically would put him quite close to pole. Not sure.
Kitten Mittens on mediums. Do you think he's getting top 10?
Kitten Mittens on mediums. We'll have to see obviously. Rounds Sector 3 looks really neat currently. Very neat. Going into the last few corners now. Oh! Validation. Imagine he'll back off now, maybe. He's got a decision now to make. Will he hop into the pits again? Yes. Apparently not opting to take a quick fuel burn strat, quick hot lap saving strat.
Count Shakula, I think, on us. Is he doing a second lap on this tire? Did he pit? Ooh.
He might be. It looks like he's going at some pace. Maybe he's going for a redo of that sector 3, as you pointed out, lost 9/10. Is he going to try and close that gap down? Brings it nice and neatly to the apex, straight up into 4th for the traction. 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd.
Very cool looking helmet.
The mint.
Concha cool.
Not
Yeah,
so much that
I
curve,
like.
it's a better bit of traction. Brings it to the line. Is this an improvement? Just about 2/10. There's still a lot of time in there. I reckon we haven't seen the last of Count Chocula. I think we're approaching people's second runs at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of people on outlaps at the moment. Kitten Mittens still in the pits.
I think.
Koch now coming off of his outlap. Let's go on a lap with Koch, shall we?
Yeah.
Down into turn 1, breaking that curb exit line. Nice and neat through there. Just enough curb on the right hand side apex. Very nice. Going down into turn 3, just before the 50-meter board. Down to 5th. Down to 4th. Swinging through that long apex. Into 2nd gear for the next apex. Constantly switching direction here. Up into 4th for the traction. Into 5th. Back to the right hand side of the track. Immediately back to the left to try and get the run onto Rivage. DRS straight away on. Long drag now to the straight. 206. We've got very similar downforce setups by the looks of things. We've seen quite a few 206 there. He's got a Red Bull behind him that seems to be closing in quite quickly. That's Maximus, also on a lap. Do you reckon he's getting towed from there?
Didn't it? No, he had a.
Yeah, Maximus purple. Maximus has just
Nice.
gone purple in second character, surely.
Yeah, he's just behind. Boy for Spurs.
Hodge now going into turn 12. I have no idea what the corner names are on this track. Final few corners now. This has been a really controlled lap from Kodge. Should be right in there. By the looks of things, anyway. Down into 2nd. Got one more corner to hook up. Down into 1st, actually. Back up to 3rd. Brings it to the line. It's P4 for Kodge. Where's Maximus? Only P7. So you reckon the dirty air might be affecting the car through sector 3? Or?
Yeah, most likely a little. Donovan on a medium lap here. Let's see what he can he improve that 31-1.
Looking on to Donovan. See, 28, 29, 30, just about by
P8.
1/10. That's a lap to overcome a previously soft lap, wasn't it?
Both Merc drivers setting a time now. Nathaniel did not improve. What about Yoto Yusu? And takes the
1/10
pole.
quicker, goes pole into the 28s.
Good lap.
Now into the 28s. I think Nathaniel will have one final run.
Quality peanut starting a hot lap. You can dolt finishing a hot lap. And setting pin 4, 130.081.
On board with Griffin here. Fairly, well, wait, we haven't talked about Griffin at all, actually. I think we've talked about everyone else. Into the final corner now, locking both wheels on the entry. That's going to compromise his exit a bit, I think. DRS very slow to activate. Pulls it to the line. What's it going to be? Into the 30s. Just a bit slower than his last lap. Got the runner behind Kitten Mittens, obviously, with his last lap invalidated. Trying again on the mediums. Nice controlled car through the first 2 apexes, down into turn 3 now. Very similar line from everyone at the moment. Down to 4th, down to 3rd. He could actually get a tow here from Griffin here. Down to 3rd. Brings it a bit wide, but he's still, well, looks like he's got a good run.
Yeah.
I think the tow is just out of range at the moment for him. So his DRS on nice and quick to compensate. And this long back straight that's interjected by rather crude chicane. Into 3rd, down to 2nd. Is he going to go straight up to 4th? He's going to extend it out a bit. That might be his way of running. Griffin dodges out of the way from him.
We're on a Kitten Mittens now.
We haven't got a reference lap with Kitten Mittens, so we don't know what the sector times are going to be. Down into Lebossier, 7th, 6th, 5th, just dragging those gears out nice and quickly. Misses the apex there a bit, but he carries decent speed going into turn 12. Yeah, that was turn 12.
Good corner.
Straight back in. Now, last 2 corners. Braking at that left-hand side marker brings it a bit wide, but is that going to give him a better run into the chicane, into the hairpin? Sorry. Up to 2nd. Just avoids the curb.
P7 maybe.
28, 29, 30. It's P9, so just about in the top 10. We've got actually behind him the only other medium runner, Danovar.
Yeah, I don't think these guys has enough time to set a time anymore.
I believe they will. Anyone in the pit right now, if they come out now, they'll have probably time for 2 flying laps actually.
No, yeah, I mean Kitten Mittens because he needs to do in lap for first, or if he does a cooldown lap and then goes again, then yeah. But I saw his fuel indicator flashing, so.
Yeah, you might have a point there. He's got 3 minutes 30 on the clock now. He needs to get around with about 2 minutes 40. I don't think it's possible. And he's letting a Williams through. Is that Bondavine? But Bondavine's on an outlap. That's really going to compromise. Sorry, got the buzz. That's really going to compromise Kittens, because he needs to get back as quickly as possible if he wants to try another lap. I don't think he'll. No, he won't have it. I don't think. You're right. We've got on and out lap now. Bondavine, Hodge, Count Shacula, and Maximus currently on a lap.
Quality Peanut improves but doesn't get any positions.
Are the Mercs back out? The Mercs are staying in for now. We'll have to watch what they're doing. Sorry, my bad. Netanel is actually out at the moment on an outlap. Behind them, Count Shacula actually comes around the final corner on his outlap. He'll have one more chance to try and close that gap to the 2 Mercedes. Oh, by saying that, I feel like I'm watching real F1. As he dives into that first corner. Diving down the gears, fourth, good bit of corner, good bit of apex on both. Really well hooked up corner 1, corner 2, down into turn 3, just before the 50 metre board. Quite early, but that might be to get that better run onto the next few corners of the complex. Down into gear 2. Try and avoid that curve as much as possible. Gear 4, he's 2/10 quicker at the moment. Let's see if he can keep that momentum. Into T7. Back on that long Rivage straight. I think it's called Rivage. We got anyone else on a lap right now? Kodge as well is also on a lap. He's got a chance here to bring his gap down to Yukan Dolt, who's done well in the Ferrari. And he might be stuck in the pits, Yukan Dolt.
We also see some sun now.
Yeah, the track temperature's got to be warming, which means hopefully it should help those running at the moment. He's lost massive amounts of time. He's about a 10th down, Count Shacula, into Sector 2. Can he make anything of it into Sector 3? We know he's got a lot of time that he can make up in there. Can he do it?
Yeah, I think that the third sector was a little poor for him. I think there is a good amount of time for him to improve. Turn 12 seems really good.
We're going to see now if he can make that gap up, if he can make that deficit come down into third gear, into the final corner. Second gear, no touch of the curb, stays away from the exit curb. That's a nicely well held lap. Is it going to keep him? Laying on the DRS, that might compromise him here. 29.4, he's just
a little.
Just quicker, but not enough to close that deficit to the 2 Mercedes. Netanel now, 1.5 tenths down on his current lap, but we know he's a quick driver. Can he make that back up? Joto Juso is now on an outlap. He's got 50 seconds to make it round the lap. He should do it, but he might need to get a move on here because it might be marginal. Anyone else on the lap? Bondavine has just completed one by the looks of things. That is his last lap. Koch comes across the line. P4! Gets ahead of Yukan Dole.
Nice job. I'm gonna check the Nathaniel 3 tenths down after sector 2.
The last person here to get a lap will incredibly be. Oh, hang on, I think Shacula's going again. He looks to still be going on pace. He's not switched it into saving ERS. He's up. He's up in sector 2. He's going again.
Damn. That's a compromising the tire life to start off the race. I also saw Lex was able to start his.
The tunnel has lost 3/10 in that sector 2. He's not going to get another lap. Joto Juso is the only one running, apart from Count Shacula. Can he do something incredible in this final sector to try and get ahead of Netanel? Because he's still going quicker by the looks of things. Takes a lot more of that exit curve, a bit more aggressive, takes a lot more of... I don't think it's going to be an improvement, but let's see. Nothing! He was quicker, he was much quicker. But it's not enough to bridge the gap between those dominant Mercedes.
Max has invaded his Griffin pit in, so Lex is the only one who can improve here now.
Lex now on the lap, he's 6/10 up. Also, Johto Juice on a lap, but that's a done deal for Paul, I think.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see what he can
think
do.
Paul is his today.
Maximus retiring from the session might have just been on track and not wanting to go around again.
Turn 12 looks really good from Lex. Let's see if he can gain any positions here.
Johto Juice draws to the line. Is he going to improve? Just dips into the 28.8. Now to Lex. Can he get up into P11? 30, 31. It's not going to be enough. He improves by 6/10 of a second. It's a good lap, but just not quite squeezing into that position.
Luck can happen though. It's a safe to start from there.
Definitely that first corner.
Ash wants to wish happy birthday to Astro again. I think that's third or fourth this week. Last week he had like 5, and week before that like 4. So Astro, I think you're doing something wrong. You're getting old so fast. You know, I posted user commands guide how to age slower. So maybe have a look on that.
Maybe he's just meant to like many people mixed into one.
Yeah, that could be also. And Ash Wilson and all these Smalley and Astro, they're all the same guy and they're just aging faster.
There we go then. Confirmed. Johto Juso on pole. Just by 1/10 of a second. Down in third, Count Shacula. He should hopefully be able to keep the two Mercedes honest. Kodge in P4. Is he a debutant? I haven't seen that name around. I'm not sure, but it's a very good lap from him. Yukan Dolt P5. P6 is Bondivine in the Williams. Maximus, nice position in the midfield. He'll be wanting to keep it safe at the start, though. Griffin, Kitten Mittens, and Danava both on the medium tyre and in the top 10. Kitten Mittens should hopefully have a good run down into turn 1. Quality Peanut in P11, and Lex MGC rounds out the grid in 12th.
Do you have anything to say about aimbot?
Well, it clearly didn't work this week, did it?
Yeah, or last either, so I think you need to do a system software update or how to hack.com, aimbot update,
that might work.
Install update. But yeah, I think you're getting your aim together.
It's gotten worse since last week, so I'm not sure about that. Now, into the race. Fairly cloudy skies.
Yeah.
For the first part of the race. I think we had Maximus commenting it was going to be an all-around dry area.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting race. It'll be interesting to see how the temperatures affect tyre strategy, if they will at all. But really quickly, I'm going to pop to the toilet before this race begins.
Oh, alright. You enjoy that and waiting for drivers to ready up. Yeah, most likely Smalley's fault. Well, Margalit. Wishing good luck for everyone. Margalit was flying in D1 here, but unluckily spun in second sector. I think last, was it 3-4 laps to go? Not maybe 9 even that much. Nice to see 18 viewers in D3 race.
I am back.
Alright, that was a quickie.
You just give it a quick dose of water under the tap, and you're good to go.
On the tip or tap? What did you say? On the tap.
Quick dose under the tap, and you're good to go.
Oh, okay.
It's a tactic I've perfected with endurance racing.
Yeah.
Just flick the tap on for one quick moment on full blast, and then your hands are perfectly clean. Here we go then. Everyone has readied up, lining up on the grid. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights! And we go! Going into turn 1, 27 laps of France. Johto Juso appears to have held the lead. Nathaniel's closing that gap though, he's just behind. So, Johto Juso leading into the first corner. Koch has jumped. Count Chocula's had a horrible start by the looks of things. He's down in 5th. Everyone's clean through the first corner, no debris flying around. Towards that backfield, we've got Yukon Maximus going side by side into turn 3. Just about avoiding contact. Yukon gets the position there. Koch now on the back of the two Mercedes. He's going to have an awesome tow into the chicane, Ravage. Everyone appearing to hold position. Around the back, we've got Yukon and Maximus still going at it into the chicane. I think Maximus has just got track position, but Yukon is coming right back at him. Who's going to have the position after the chicane? Maximus has got track position. It's going to go a bit deep. Is Yukon in a position to switch back? No! I think Maximus is going to hold a position from there. Danavar, Kitten Mittens hasn't been the best start for the two medium runners, both losing.
Bully Peanut also having a look on Yukon now, but that's a little dangerous place to go for it.
Well, it looks to have all straightened out nicely. Actually, Koch has just moved ahead of Nathaniel. How has that happened? Let's see if he can hold that position. He's got good race pace by the looks of things, but Giotto Giuso already creating a 1.5 second gap on only the first lap. He's cleared DRS 2 laps prior to its activation. That's pretty impressive. Nathaniel now is going to have a run down on the start finish straight at Koch. Not quite there. Is he just biding his time maybe? Just waiting until DRS, maybe saving a bit of fuel. Count Chocula and Griffin look quite close on track. Griffin not pulling out yet, but here he is, down into turn 5. They're side by side,
a little contact there.
And Griffin spins! And he's
was it Max also?
No!
Most likely some damage. No, Max didn't get any damage. What about
Griffin rejoining the track, careful of Lex. That means extra position for Kitten and quality Peanut, but for Griffin that's horrible luck. I think his front wing's structurally okay. But that's a horrible way to start his race. It looked like a fairly clean move. Obviously we can't tell now, and obviously we've got a person spun. But there didn't look to be anything wrong, so I imagine we'll see a stewards report from one of our sources from that.
P2 Koi is gonna be in problems soon because he doesn't have DRS on Giotto Yusu anymore, and Nathaniel is staying really close behind that.
Right
Bondovin also.
him.
But Bondo will be kind of sitting duck here if Nathaniel doesn't do a mistake.
Why that might compromise him for the 2 cars behind. We've got, how many is it? We've got 3 cars behind Kodge at the moment within DRS. So if he's got anything, Kodge needs to deploy it now because he's gonna get swamped by the time of the back straight.
Toyosu setting the fastest lap, 1:33.875.
We've got our pace setter, who's just, it's fair to say, run away with it, even in the first few laps. But anything can happen. We could have safety cars, any number of racing mechanics. I think still, we'll look into the DRS line now. It's just after the Sector 1 line, so let's keep an eye on who is in DRS. Nathaniel is, I think Bondovine might have actually just lost it beforehand, so he might be vulnerable to Count Chocula here. We've got yellow flags in Sector 1.
Unfortunately, Lex.
Unfortunately, just I think maybe caping a bit much.
I think Kitamitten is gonna a little oversteer there and maybe go for an overtake here. Yeah, should be pretty easy.
Peanut down in the DRS zone. Quality Peanut knows what's coming and just concedes the position. Of course, these are the 2 on mediums.
Yeah.
So if they start fighting, they're really going to compromise their own strategy. So I think if I was in Quality Mittens' position, I would just let Kitten Mittens do his thing.
Yeah, and see how the pace is.
Nathaniel actually, the gap's staying about the same between Nathaniel and Kodge. So Kodge clearly has some fairly good race pace at the moment. Wondavine also sticking to the back of Nathaniel. We've got a big old DRS train here actually, from 2nd to 5th. And apart from that, the field has already spread itself out on lap 4.
There was a few guys who did 2 runs on a soft tire, so
We have to see how the wear affect into that. Should bribe Robot to give me the app.
yeah. I have the application though, but I don't have
Streamlabs,
Yeah, I have that also, but not set up.
Hold on though. Here comes Nathaniel. Look how close he is, even before the DRS detection line. This, I
Yeah, it
imagine,
should be easy.
a change of second place.
Koito using overtake a lot, I would say.
It's got about 40%, although it's not looking as close as it thought. As
Yeah.
I would have said that Kodge would have dumped all of his ERS into that, but he's still got around 60% left.
Yeah.
So
Got a much better exit there.
However, Nathaniel's still in tow with about 3/10. A setup of Kodge seems to be quite straight line oriented, because even in tow, Nathaniel appears to just be struggling to stay with it.
Yeah.
Oh, Bondivine locking up a tiny bit in the background there. That's going to open up Count Shakula for like a decent gap. If he can hold that gap where it is, he'll have an amazing run down into turn 1 from DRS zone. 4/10 now. Let's see if he holds it through the last 2 corners. You need a really good run out here to maximise that DRS zone. Flashes up. Nathaniel just having a bit of a lock-up, I think. And Shekula's actually lost a bit of time on the exit. 5/10. Can the DRS make it up? He's not using any of that pent-up ERS. He's got 95%. Actually deactivates the DRS there for a second. And there's a huge difference between Bondivine's DRS and ERS and Count Shakula's. Bondivine has got 17%, close to actually like going down to 12, 10. Could be close to running out of DRS soon. Count Shakula has got an entirely full tank. And I just picked up a 3-second time penalty actually for multiple warnings.
You can don't maybe getting an overtake down here. I think he's getting much more speed through that corner. And Maximus have cool tires and no ERS too much.
Oh, the word Bondivine and Nathaniel going side by side into the chicane. Both of them keeping it nice and clean. Nathaniel just keeps the position. Nice and respectful driving from both of them. But again, Bondivine's ERS has gone down to 5% in that whole fiasco. Surely now he's got to back off and just realise that he'll kill his DRS tank, or ERS tank, if he keeps going. He's actually a bit side by side. We've got yellow flag into sector 3. You can do! Has he spun?
I'm trying to see quality.
I think what happened there is he might have caught the exit curb on that long right, and he's just spun off into the right-hand side wall. That's heart-wrenching stuff. He's been doing really well up to that point. We've actually got a car in the pits. It is Count Shaq. Oh, it's Maximus. Sorry, Maximus opting for an early pit stop on lap 6. It'll be interesting to see what tyre he takes. There's a Ferrari in as well. It's going to be Lex. So Maximus changes onto the mediums. That's surely a 2-stop then.
Yeah.
From the Red Bull driver. Looking at the gaps now, Kodge has actually broken DRS on Nathaniel, which means Bondivine could have a run in here, but it will mean using more of that ever lacking overtake tank, and he's going to be deploying it here again.
And almost everyone's tire temps are dropping now from the soft runners. I think that blue tool mark indicator means that.
Could be time then. You said a soft hard was actually optimal. We'll see if anyone tries it. It's a risky gamble, I think, but then again, this is Formula 1. And these kind of gambles could pay off. Yellow flags in sector 2. Has anyone gone off? It's Maximus! After his box!
Gold medium tires cost him.
Just maybe not used to it. Nathaniel picks up another 3-second time
little
penalty.
collision between.
As Bondivine is actually trying to attack him going into sector 3. Where did this come from?
Yeah, Yotto been pushing a lot on these first 5 laps and already.
Kodge is boxing now. I think we'll probably see him go to the mediums, but that's a fairly early box. Everyone else still opting to stay out. Everyone else still opting to keep their tyre life. Do you reckon what it was Kodge was just pushing the car a lot in that early stage?
Yeah, and maybe looking for an undercut. Let's see which tyre he's going. Seems like medium set of tyre.
Be careful. Remember, we've seen Maximus hop off the road on this new compound tyre. Bondivine has actually now cleared Nathaniel, but he's going to have an amazing DRS run onto this back straight. So will Count Shakula. This could be, potentially, a three-way battle into the chicane. Closing up there is Count Shekula! What a
much
run!
better exit. Much better exit there.
He could have a run at Bondivine here. Is he going to try it?
No,
He's got a chance.
not taking a risk. They're kind of cute call though.
There's
Of course,
Netanel.
there was still a little bit. Someone would go on there.
Oh, Sector 2, it's Ukandol. Oh, sorry, it's Kodge. What is happening to these medium tyre runners? Cold tyres, spinning it up out of the first low-speed entry zone. Everyone else surely has got to be looking at that and thinking, taking it easy on the... Or just, the medium tyre might just not be ready in these conditions. Because that's two people now, in the same exact spot we've seen, do the exact same thing, just spin it up outside of what I believe is turn 6.
Yeah, Netanel pitting also now.
We've got a lot of people in the pitch. We've got Netanel and Count Shakula by the looks of it. Bondivine now promoted to a second place. Let's wait and see if that sticks. Danavar in all of this has scrambled up to third.
Did you know that Count Shakula is a cereal brand?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, like a breakfast thingy.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah. I saw it in one movie. They were eating that in the morning. So I was like, yeah, we have this kind of name. This name in the league. So maybe he likes breakfast or the cereals. But yeah, back to racing. Netanel, Count Shakula, hard tires.
They're going for the hard tyres. They might actually be opting to go to the end of the race here.
Yeah.
That would involve some pretty heavy tyre saving, correct?
It's gonna be a little slow first couple of laps, and a little oversteer by Netanel, almost lost it, but able to correct.
Again, the harder compounded tyre just seems to be struggling so much. What I'm massively surprised about is how Kodge hasn't lost altogether that much time. He was, what, a few tenths ahead before the pit stop? He's spun the car, and he's only come out about 2 seconds behind.
Yota's looking comfortable. He's most likely gonna come now. He's pitting now. He's gonna come in P6.
He's pitting for the hard compound of tyre. So it looks like he'll be going to the end of the race.
Oh, and there is a quality peanut. Went wide there.
Quality peanut gone round, maybe? Ooh! Onto the asphalt runoff. Griffin just about slides into the position. What's going on with that AlphaTauri? That is not racing speed.
I think Count Shakula's and Netanel's little battle has cost them a lot of time, yeah, and Yotoyusu already left the pits.
Kodge full Spurs, after that mistake he made earlier on, he's right back into a position where he can reclaim his positions. Fastest lap from
Danava
the
Kitten
Haas.
Mittens, medium tires. They done 8 laps. They're 5 seconds ahead of Yotoyusu. That ship has sailed, I think. But Count Shakula, they could fight against him and Netanel later on.
Could be opting for a strategy we saw quite commonly in the D1 race. Is Netanel, that's 9 seconds worth of penalties now. I believe he's the only one I've seen with penalties. Ideally, he needs to start calming down because this is going to start costing him massive amounts of race position. Into the chicane on Rivage now. Everyone taking a fairly wide line, compromising a lot of exit speed. Kodge just hanging in there in the background.
I think if Danava and Pondo are in a party, they... well, Pondo is most likely pitting now.
Pondo is in, you're right. Danavar staying out for another lap.
Gets the
Let's see how
DRS
long
still.
we can make those mediums go. Because, well, if they're anything
8
like you,
laps.
Mika,
I think, well, I did 17 laps, Stinson did 18 laps, but it depends a lot of your setup and how you've been nursing the tires throughout the race. I would say they're gonna pit in 3 laps time to harder compound. I would be surprised if they go medium soft.
We'll have to see how that prediction plays off. Bondivine, now on the pit exit, where is he? He's come out behind Griffin, Maximus as well maybe. It's going to be tied, turn 1, not quite able to pull side by side. Maximus has to just sit behind for now.
Here Maximus should wait and not attack too much. Bondo doesn't have DRS on the straight, so... Wait, he most likely has better creep also. Still, should be getting better exit.
Looking at the position change counter during the pit window, Joe Tajuso obviously dropping 2 because we've got cars yet that have not pitted. Bondo
oh, a little contact between Koi and Nathaniel, I think.
Well, it was close beforehand. Is there any damage to either car? I cannot see any.
No, I think both of them has end plates there, so should be good for now.
This is getting serious now between this gaggle of, well, now 2 cars. As during that entire fiasco, Count Shacula has got the chance to jump. He's cleared 1.5. If he can keep that gap consistent, he'll clear DRS in both zones. That's going to be very good for his race, as he'll no longer have a Mercedes breathing down his neck. He's free to do what he can. Kitten Mittens now could actually be under attack from Joe Tajuso here.
Max is 5/6 tenths, lost a little bit there. A little lockup by Bondo. Max gets a much better exit.
Right back at Netanel here, just too far back at the moment. But if he can get a good run out of the next few corners, think about how that DRS is going to drag him down Mirage. This should hopefully be a change of position.
Max needs to get past fast so he can pull a little bit gap before he makes his second pit stop.
Just stuck behind.
He needs to do it now.
This will be really frustrating. Although, good news is, oh, Conch has left. Conch has just come out saying left the session.
Oh, that happened to him once before. If you could try to give him an extra invite.
Okay, I'll get on that now. As Maximus nearly goes down the inside, he goes for it.
Contact.
He's going to try it. Just about avoiding.
Oh, we're gonna see overtake now.
But down into the entry to Lavoisier. Is he going to draw alongside?
No, both having really low ERS.
Small swerve there from Bondivine just to cover off the position. Maximus goes down the inside of Lavoisier. Just about enough room given from Bondivine. Sweeps down the inside.
Nice move. Really nice move. And now Koi is on AI mode, so that's really unlucky. What happened to Kitten Mittens? Yotoyusu overtook him.
I believe that's just a track position. If you think he was quite far ahead of the next car, I think he was 10 seconds ahead of the next car at the pit stop. I imagine that's just. And we've got 2 cars going side by side. Is that Kodge's AI? I'm just trying to invite Kodge back, and I just see that in the background of the screen.
It's unlucky for him. His connection being... I don't know, I think it's his connection. Right because he's the one who lost the connection to Loppy a few times now. Now nobody is almost inside 1 second.
If he can bring it back, he's got a perfect opportunity to show what he can do. There he is, he's joined back. This is hopefully going to be game on to try and recover as much of those positions as he can. Griffin's had a pretty good race. Has Griffin stopped yet?
Griffin, he has 6 laps old medium. So he pitted lap 6 from softs. He's gonna most likely do like 5-6 more laps.
So Donava and Kitten Mittens. Donava has so far, if he stays, he's going 2 laps, so he's actually pitting lap 12. I imagine we'll see him go on to the hards, but also Kitten Mittens coming in on, I think, what will be the exact same strategy from the 2 people who started running mediums. And Joe Tajuso is promoted back into that net lead.
Ethan lost a little bit time to Count Shacula now. Kitten Mitten is on the pits. Danava exiting pit. A hard set of tire. We're missing a time difference between drivers. Now it's coming back. Yotoyusu having 15 seconds of gap.
So Donovan actually coming out in 3rd position, ahead of Netanel and on fresher tyres.
Yeah, so first lap will be harder.
That's an amazing first stint from Donovan, but can he keep it going? On board with Netanel now. He's going to have a really good toe into this chicane at Rivage. I imagine Netanel will slip through, but Danabar with the early overtake by the looks of things, he's got so much to deploy, he'll have to use pretty much all of it going down here. Netanel with almost no overtake. Does Danabar pull to the inside? He stays where he is. Smallest bit of contact between them, but no harm done. Stays behind for now. Actually, in the background, we've got Griffin and Maximus properly close to each other. And this is allowing Kid Mittens to close up as well.
Yeah, a few good fights going on at the moment. I think Max is having a run again in the same corner where he overtook the last guy.
Maximus, both of these guys on the same age of tyre. That's the crucial thing. Oh, we've got it's Netanel! Netanel spun it coming out of turn 12!
That's really unfortunate.
He's been disqualified! He's been disqualified for going the wrong way on track. Oh,
that's really unfortunate.
Gut-wrenching for the Israeli driver.
So current drivers, everyone.
Everyone, yep,
getting a point.
Everyone in the race will be scoring points. It's just about how much you want to push now.
Danova got a penalty, 3 seconds.
I think that's his first that I've seen anyway. But this battle's still going on between Maximus, Griffin and Kitten Mittens. But Kitten has the harder compound of tyre, but crucially, there's less laps done on them. Here we go, into the chicane. How much have they got to deploy? About the same levels of overtake on ERS. There should be a change of position for Griffin. That was fairly easy, but can Maximus do anything with the toe? Hasn't got the ability to fight back, and that might feed him right back into the hungry jaws of Kitten Mittens. That feels really ironic to say.
Yeah, Kitten Mittens. I think Kitten Mittens, tire-wise, he should be faster now than the guys in front of him. He's just waiting for the good moment.
While this has been going on, Kodge has a 4.2 second gap in front. If I were Kodge right now, this would be complete and utter hammer time because he'll have to make another stop. They're 7 lap old mediums and they go after maybe about 12 laps for the average Earthling, not Mika. So
yeah.
I don't think he'll be able to extend them to the end. He won't be able to extend them to the end because that'll be 19 laps. That's borderline
Kitten
impossible.
looking for a move on Max now. The first turn, able to actually stick it.
Goes through. And now, can he begin a charge?
That was a good move because now he's not the third guy on the.
He's already only 2 tenths back. Can he get a good run out of complex 5 and 6 through that long sweeping right? He's about 5 tenths back. He'll have to dump a good bit of that overtake, I think, if he wants to be able to fight this. Here we go then, 4 tenths, stay ticking down, 3 tenths, 2 tenths. He's gaining rapidly. Is he going to pull out? He's going to go for it down the inside. Has he made it just about? Griffin might come back on a switchback here though. Not able to get the traction down. Kittlins with an amazing move into the chicane at Rivage. Can he come back at him though? He's
taking easy here.
Behind. See him sticking right behind. Maximus now only 3 tenths back. This is a huge gaggle of cars. And Bondivine is actually going to capitalise from all this because he's going to get in on that action as well. Kodge all the time though, bringing that gap down. Last lap it was 4.2 to the car in front. This lap 3.1.
Maximus pits.
That's Maximus. So this will be his second stop. We've got a yellow in Sect 2. Is that Lex?
That could be Lex, yeah.
Fortunate for the Jamaican driver. Coming out of the pit lane now. Is he going to be ahead of Quality Peanut? Yeah, actually, yeah, he's going to be ahead of Quality Peanut, I believe. Quality Peanut now just rounding turn 12. How far back then is Maximus going to be to his closest rival, WC Griffin?
I think he has chance to gain a few places, maybe 3 in this race still, without any incidents in front of him.
It's going to have to be a mega stint to catch Bondavine in front, possibly even Kitten Mittens as well. Closest cars on track right now would only be Kitten Mittens and WC Griffin. The field is spread out now, going into some people's second leg of pit stops. So as we take this time to actually take a look at the ERS counts for each driver, just to see if they can make any late pushes. We've got Joe Tajuso there with a good 3/4 of the tank still remaining, using a bit on the exit of the final corner. Ken Shakula running about half of his ERS. Donava having a massive amount stored up. That is 94% deploying a bit of it out of last corner. Kitten Mittens into the pits actually is WC Griffin, who's on about 27%, but obviously that's going to get a nice big charge in the pit lane. Where is this going to drop him now? I'm going to go right on board with Maximus, maybe do the same. Netanel unfortunately leaving the session after that pretty unfair disqualification actually.
Yeah.
So, Maximus now rounding the final corner. Where's Griffin? He's just made that tiny little turn in the pit lane. And I think, yep, Maximus has got the jump. But Griffin is on that slightly younger tyre. It won't make much of a difference, but we'll have to see if he can do anything with that slight pace advantage that he might have towards maybe the end of the race.
Yeah, go. How do you pronounce Goy for Spurs?
Oh, Koch. I just said Koch.
Koch. He's gonna pit in a few laps time for sure.
Have to. He's got 10 laps out of those mediums. This is the point in where most of the D1 guys running mediums at the start would have pitted. So, if he pits now, he can do a perfect symmetry of 10 laps on both tyres. I would probably do that. Losing a lot, you'd be losing a lot of time to the cars behind who have just pitted. He's been on a charge with these tyres though, running about... He's closed up more than 1 second, I believe, on this lap, or maybe the last few. Let's see if he's in. Staying out for now. He'll actually do 1 or 2 more, probably. I think he still has a life in the tyre, because he's still catching Bondavine. However, when is that tyre going to drop off?
Couple more laps and then you start feeling a little uncomfortable and maybe losing a little bit confidence.
I have just noticed something actually. Count Shakula's P2 could be in jeopardy here. Danovar has 5 laps less time on those hard tyres.
Yeah.
That's going to account for a lot of wear. Can Danovar use that grip and use that momentum to try and close up on Shakula, to try and get a P2, which would be an awesome finish for the Williams team, who are currently in P3 and P5. A lot of points being scored, however, look who's just encroaching behind. Obviously, Koch still has to pit, but at the rate he's catching, if he pits around now, he should just about have the pace to get on the back of Bondavine by the end of the race, maybe? If he's catching by 1 second, on older medium tyres and hards, this surely should be a mega last stint from Koch.
Yeah, shame that Koch lost connection. VC Griffin getting 3-second time penalty.
And Koch staying out again. He's making it work. My only concern is, if he keeps it too long, he won't be able to make up that ground at the end of the race.
Yeah, it's gonna 20 laps is not doable. It's gonna be super hard.
Just locking up into turn 1.
Yeah.
He's got to be taking the life out of those medium tyres now. Danovar, as I was saying earlier, has closed up in 1 lap. Oh, Danovar spun! The commentator's curse takes effect! And any hope of a P2 finish drifts away. Let's the Renault pass.
He's gonna lose 2 more positions now.
Bondavine. Whoa, that was close.
And Koch actually got a 3-second time penalty from that one.
So
what is a little bit unfair.
The jokers have been used. Can he make a move here into the chicane? He's close, he's not close enough. We'll have to see if Kittenins now can make any sort of time. He's got about the same condition as Danavar on those tyres, 6 laps old as opposed to Count Chocula's 11. He'll have to make a big push now, as it's a 10-second gap. Let's keep an eye on that, because that gap is coming down quite rapidly.
Danavar was able to take one more position back, but
Right
that
back
effect on
Koch.
his tires quite a lot. His temps must be a little high for a moment.
Well, if he can just take it a bit easy for now and just get them cooled down, he'll be right back on Bondivine here,
Yeah.
who is on slightly older hard tyres. He's going to have a mega run down here into turn 1. This will be done before the corner's even there. Straight past, missile through.
Yeah, two teammates
Koch.
don't want to battle each other too much.
Koch is hanging back. Bondivine actually locked up a bit, compromising his entry into turn 2. This could be a good opportunity for Koch here, actually, because I think Danavar is probably going to break the draft before detection. Unless Bondivine can just stick with him that bit longer.
Detection zone should be here
Koch
somewhere.
has spun! The commentator's curse is so prevalent in this race.
Oh
I
damn,
think we
that's
should be
also
silent from now.
yeah. Let's go give them numbers. Everyone is specific number, no names, you know.
However, I do have to say, that's probably down to the fact that he's done 13 laps on those yellow striped medium tyres. Bondivine just trying to stick with his teammate, using all of that spare overtake, which he hasn't really got any spare left. 3% is my measure, dipping down to 2% now.
Danavar kind of same team, while Kitten Mittens has 68%, 70%.
I think Count Chocula has just upped the pace at the moment. That gap has gone back up to 10.4. It was about 9.9 the last time they went around turn 12. Maybe just putting the loud pedal down a bit as to cover off any late charges from what has to be said, a very impressive race from Kitten Mittens, coming from P10, was it? P11 to P3 on the podium. He's got Danavar behind him. We'll have to see actually if Danavar, with pace, can close down.
And Koch is speeding now.
Koch into the pits. I don't want to say anything because I know commentators probably don't know best, but I think it might have just been too little too late. And he's onto the soft tyres. Maybe.
He's gonna be flying though, and if he has less penalties than Kaya front of him, maybe then he can gain few places, but will be hard lasting.
Cars in front of Koch, 14 seconds ahead. We've got WC Griffin. 17 seconds ahead. We've got Maximus. An incredible. How do I even count that? It's a huge distance to Danavar and Bondivine.
Yeah, Danavar got a little poor exit there.
Which has let Bondivine, his teammate, come right onto the back of him. If they are communicating, I'm wondering what they'll do. Will they race? Will they stay behind? I imagine they'll just let Danavar go because he's still got a shot here. Although he doesn't seem to be able to get quite close enough to Kidman's, he's still got a shot at P5 or P3. Sorry.
Yeah, got a little bit spread out field now.
Closest gap on track is that Danavar-Bondivine fight. Well, the fight is maybe a bit of a subjective term. Teammates obviously won't want to take each other too much time out of each other. Yeah, just the gap staying about the same through turn 1. Kit Mittens, I think Kit Mittens is responding as well. He's putting the hammer down slightly as Danavar starts to gain ever so slightly. So all of these guys relatively even. That gap has come a tiny bit down from Kitten Mittens to Chocula. The gap has gone a tiny bit up from Danavar to Kitten Mittens. Bondivine just leaking a bit of time now, just out of DRS. Maximus with 12 seconds on newer medium striped tyres. Griffin just behind on younger tyres. Koch has closed that gap down 2 seconds on the last lap.
Yeah.
That's not enough. 14 seconds. He'll only just be on the back. If he's got any pace, he needs to go for it. He's got 86% overtake. Set a purple first sector. Okay, maybe just maybe, it's game on.
Yeah, he's gonna take the fastest lap if he can put the lap together. Lex spun a few times and got a little damage on the start, but after that he's having a quite okay pace.
Fairly unfortunate race.
18 lap old hard,
said,
so that this will be super hard for him.
It's good. It's going to be good conservation if he can make them go to the end.
Yeah.
So again though, going into the last few laps of this race, I mean, you know, what can you say? This has been a phenomenal race. So his quality time was only a second and a half or something off of D1's pole time. That would have actually put him. That wouldn't have even put him last in D1, from what I remember. And in the race, he's pulled out nearly a 20-second gap with time to spare. I mean, that's fairly indicative that there's amazing talent on this grid. Kodge, there we go, sets the fastest lap, still just not closing that gap as much as he wants. Do we see Griffin, let's say, in a bit of an island situation at the moment, no one really around him.
Yeah.
He's just going to need to keep his toes, keep on his toes though, because he's got a hard charging Kodge behind him. I think he is responding. I think Griffin is stepping the pace up just so that Kodge won't be able to get enough there. But it's just a matter of, can he keep it going for the last 3-4 laps of this race? And can he actually catch Maximus by this point, who he was battling with mostly before the second stint of these guys' races, remember, both on a 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, I think it's closing up quite quickly now. It's at 3 seconds now.
Looking at the gaps we were keeping an eye on before, though, it's more of the same, to be honest. Danavar Kittenins is actually pulling away again from Danavar, and Kittenins just pulling in Kojacula, but no one closing in enough so that they can get a run for the end of this race.
Pondo also dropping a little bit from his teammate now.
Just a bit slow in that first sector, 3.3 now.
Kitten Mittens has Lex front of him, Lappercar, but Lex experienced driver, so should not be a problem there.
I'm going to go into the race director now and just see if how many people have actually got penalties. We've got Count Shacula with now. Count Shacula has 6. 6 seconds with penalties, and he's on his final warning before a 9th. Quality Peanut has a few seconds of penalties, I think. We've got quite a few people running penalties. I wish there was a way to filter them so you could see individual drivers' penalties, as it's a bit of a hassle going through them. As Count Shacula finally actually picks up that aforementioned extra 3-second time penalty, that puts him on 9 seconds. Where he is now, Kitten Mittens will actually grab second place in this race, down to penalties.
I think penalties are playing, if some changes will happen, penalties are gonna play a big part. I don't think on-track overtakes will happen anymore. Too many.
Yeah, I think those gaps just a bit too big. I think Koch might have had a moment, because he's... Oh no, sorry, I'm... I'm getting too excited. The field spread out too much. I forgot that the gap was in double digits earlier. Considering the gap was in double digits, he's closed it to about 9 seconds in the period of 4 laps. So that's 5 seconds in the space of 4 laps. He's taken out more than a second, which is fairly impressive, actually. But again, I can't help but feeling that strategy was just a bit too little too late.
Yeah. Yotoyusu leading by 22 seconds. The gap been quite the same now for a while. He don't need to push anymore. Just bring the car home.
Got 2 laps left. Clouds just looming over the sky, but with 2 laps left, even if it does rain, there's no changing the order, I don't think. Just keeping an eye on that gap. Kitten Mittens still within that 8-second margin he needs. I will just check if Kitten Mittens has penalties as well, because if Kitten Mittens has penalties, this could jeopardise all of that hard work. Go through now. That's 1 warning. No, I believe Kitten Mittens is clear. He's only had 1 warning in the entirety of this race, which is fairly impressive for a track such as France with so much tarmac runoff that it's tempting just to try and gain an extra tenth or two to filter through. Gaps all just starting to extend a bit more. It has gotten very dark over the track all of a sudden. I know it won't matter if it rains, but it would be good to see a few light drops here towards the end of the race.
Yeah, it's really dark now.
In fact, I think I'm just seeing things.
I saw leaves flying. Drops, not sure.
Either way, even if it does rain, ultimately, as long as you keep it at the barrier, there won't really be a problem. But, looking around now, College picks up another 3-second time penalty here. There's no one on track even within 3 seconds of each other, I don't think. That gap between Griffin and Maximus has just opened up to a bit more than 2 seconds, down a bit more to 5, but then on the exit, Maximus just has that bit more momentum by the looks of things.
Really dominant race from Yotoyusu.
Yeah, Yoshi now. Oh, hello.
Started from pole and finishes first.
Lobosier now into sector 3. It's been a fairly quiet race, but then again, I think he'll like it that way. Rounding, turn 12, turn 13, 14. This has been a dominant display. One Mercedes in real life takes the win by over 20 seconds. One does it in D3. Yotoyusu wins in D3.
Yeah, really dominant. 23-second gap, at least.
Him,
no penalties.
Only just rounding turn 12 as a sign of just how quick that Mercedes driver was today. Kitten Mittens had a really good race. Let's see if he can get P2 though, because I'm not entirely sure. I only saw 1-1, but then again my eyesight could fail me. Count Shakula comes across the line to finish.
He had 6 seconds. Count Shakula. Kitten Mittens
comes across the line,
had no penalties and jumps him. What about Danava? He's not jumping him, that's for sure.
Danava stays in
Bondovin.
position. Does Bondovin jump? Has Danava got too many penalties? Closes it. Danava had 3 seconds penalty, so it closes just the tiniest bit. Did Bondovin pick up penalties? Maximus crosses the line. Maximus actually had more penalties. He closes the gap to 8. Griffin stays where he is. Koch crosses the line. I know he had quite a few penalties, so I think that will stay as it is. What a race from...
That's a good one.
More than 20 seconds of gap. And well done to all drivers for keeping it really clean. We didn't have a single safety car. Driving for the Kitten Mittens, I fully agree with that. That was an amazing first stint.
So now we have one more race to race. It's D4 race in hour and 49 minutes. Trying to find a commentator for there. And then the week is done. What did you say?
I'll be offline by that point, so...
Yeah, I thought so. It's gonna be quite early in here in Europe. A good job from the drivers, kinda clean, few contacts, few unlucky spins, but overall, really good race.
Yeah, and I think we can end it off there. Thank you all for watching today. I think actually one of the better D3 races I've seen. No safety cars. No one took off each other's front wings or wheels. There was for the most part, no contact whatsoever. So very impressive from everyone, keeping it nice and squeaky clean.
Alright, thank you for viewers, thank you Day, and we see maybe in a few hours time. Bye.